Okay, so I'm going to speak for about 3 minutes. I'd like to begin by telling you that in synagogues around the world, this Shabbat, we read Lech Lecha, okay? God speaks to Abraham. God commands Abraham, go from your land, from your birthplace, from your father's house, to the land which I will show you. There God says he will be made into a great nation. Abraham and his wife Sarai, accompanied by his nephew Lot, journey to the land of Canaan, where Abraham builds an altar and continues to spread the message of one God. A famine forces the first Jew to depart for Egypt, where a beautiful Sarai is taken to Pharaoh's palace. Abraham escapes death because they present themselves as brother and sister. A plague prevents the Egyptian king from touching her and convinces him to return to Abraham and to compensate the whatever happened there. But there was a plague. 3,000 years ago, there was a plague in Egypt. 3,000 years later, there's a plague overseas and a plague over here. So what's different in the world than it was 3,000 years ago? And what's different in the world from 3,000 years ago when Abraham needed to leave his home and come to the land of Canaan, where it was unclear. There was a huge balagan there for Abraham, okay? And it's just like many of the students here and parents who joined them now, who came from their home countries into the balagan of Israel 3,000 years ago. So I want to know, Lot in Sdom, what's the difference between him and all the bureaucrats that prevent you from coming in here, or the bureaucrats that prevented for 27 years calling this place Israel's first private and non-profit university, Reichman University. So a lot of things in this area code haven't changed in 3,000 years, but Reichman University is alive and well. And just like an altar was built 3,000 years ago, we built Reichman University. It's a great altar. It's an altar of education. And so I decided I'd start with this biblical kind of example. And I want to thank each and every one of the individuals who are listening to us from overseas. They're listening to us from overseas and they can't be here. Almost half of our students are overseas or somewhere else, watching this on live broadcast. And our hearts go out to those watching us. Let's have a hand for all of those who couldn't make it here. Okay? Everyone in the audience loves you. And it appears that in a couple of months from now, any vaccinated tourists will be able to come into Israel. Why they couldn't make this from the 1st of October, and it has to be from the 1st of November, is beyond me, but that's the way it is. All we can do is promise all of those who are overseas now, when you do get to Israel, come by here, come by my office. We'll say hi to you. We'll wine and dine you. We have some good whiskey in the office, okay? And there's some good hummus in the cafeteria here, okay? So we'll have a good time. And I want to thank each and every one of you, both sitting in the audience here and the overseas folks, for your patience, tolerance, understanding, because this hasn't been easy. And it is our hope that you fantastic graduates, just like we were told during the larger graduation ceremony, we hope you become the future leaders of Israel, or great ambassadors for us abroad, or leaders of your communities abroad. And those of you who graduated, if you need any help from our career placement office, even though you're not studying here anymore and you're graduates, feel free to always be in contact with the career placement office, because they will always help our graduates wherever they are to the best of their abilities. And I also want to thank the dedicated parents and families for entrusting us with your children during these academic degrees, for the privilege of educating them to the best of our ability. We enjoyed our journey with them. We will continue to enjoy it. I would like to ask all of the students to rise for a minute. I would like the students to turn around and face your parents and family. And I'd like you to clap very hard for your parents. Okay? Okay, because your parents deserve that clapping. And all of us, all of those overseas watching us live right now, the clapping is also for you, even though we can't see you on the screen right now. We love all of you. We love all of you, and some of your children are actually over here clapping for you, so please accept their love and the clap. Many of you have decided to make your permanent home here in the Jewish and democratic state of Israel. We love you for it. We love you, hundreds of students who have served as lone soldiers in the Israel Defense Force. We love you very much for it. And I especially love it because I was a lone soldier myself way back when, before it was popular to say that you were a lone soldier. I don't think the Army knew what a lone soldier was when I served in the Army. They just took everything for granted. Okay? And we're very, very proud of you and all of you. Okay? And now, what I would love to do, it is now the turn of Professor Daniel Levy to speak on behalf of the academia. Professor Daniel Levy, PhD from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. I have to tell you a small secret. In the 1970s, Daniel and me were fighting what was then the BDS on the campuses together in the United States, and we were making the case for Israel together back in the 1970s. So we don't want to date ourselves and tell you exactly how old we are, but we're in an area code older than a vast majority of you. And Professor Levy immigrated to Israel. He took his Zionism very seriously. He immigrated to Israel. He specializes in neuroscience, in psychological psychology, in cognitive psychology. And that's very important because many of his areas are important for elderly people to be able to continue focusing. So that's why I love Daniel so much, because I'm hoping he helps me focus and not forget the way back to my office and stuff like that. The other thing about Professor Levy, which I love dearly, is the fact that he has been responsible for the psychology track in the School of Psychology since the inception of the English track. And he is dedicated to that English-speaking track. And this year, they have a 20% increase in registration to the School of Psychology. And that has a lot to do with Professor Levy, who believes that the students are his partners, his or her partners. Got to be careful how you talk. What that one member of the Knesset, oh, you're a guy, right? Okay, so it's fine. It's fine. Okay, got to be careful these days. You never know what's going to be. Okay, so one last thing about Levy is he's the most relaxed professor I know on campus, and he's not taking any pills. He's all relaxed, and he speaks relaxed, not uptight like me. Okay, so without any further ado, Professor Levy, who, by the way, became the dean of the School of Psychology, now he's given it up to just become back to his regular position of always in charge of the English speakers in the School of Psychology. Levy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jonathan. I wish my parents could be here to hear all the nice things that you were saying about me. My father would have enjoyed it, and my mama would have believed it. Dear graduates, I miss you. I miss you. It was wonderful teaching you. It was wonderful learning with you, experiencing with you, being with you. And we've been through some really rough times since you finished the classes that you were taking here on campus. And I know that for a lot of you, the studies which you invested so intensively in when you were here at IDC, Reichman University, and all of the hard work that you put in to your academic careers are meaningful for you on one level because they prepare you for your careers, they prepare you for the contributions that you're going to be making to society, They prepare you for the way that you're going to be able to take care of your families. But there's one thing about which I wish to remind all of us, and it's a lesson that I learned many years ago when I was, long before I started studying psychology and cognitive neuroscience, where I was deeply interested in the wisdom of an 11th century Jewish polymath named Abraham Ibn Ezra. You may have seen his name on street signs throughout Israel. He was one of the great poets, philosophers, biblical commentators, grammarians of the golden age of Spain, of Jewish Spain, of Sephardic heritage. And in one of his books called Sefer Hashem, the Book of the Name, he's talking about knowledge. And you have to know that just like today, we're working really hard to integrate modern science and academics and philosophy and insights with our heritage, with our ethnic heritage, our spiritual heritage, our cultural heritage. The Jews who lived in the golden age of Spain were trying to do the same thing. They were trying to appreciate what Judaism had to tell them in light of the more universal truths of philosophy that were then taught throughout the world. And Ibn Ezra was thinking about the great distinction made by the Greek philosophers between form and substance, between the material world and between the ideal spiritual world. And in the middle of this little-known work, I found a line which, when I read it, made me tremble sort of with excitement, and which has not left me ever since. Ibn Ezra wrote, Chokhmah laneshama tzura, which sort of means knowledge is the form of the soul. Knowledge is the form of the soul. The learning that you have engaged in, the truths that you have won through your studying and your hard work, the insights that you have gotten from your teachers and your colleagues, these are not just pieces of information which you add to your store of knowledge. These are deep truths which shape you, guide you, and I hope will lead you to a wonderful future to be the most complete, inspired, and tranquil people that you can be. My deep blessings to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Daniel, for those inspiring words. It's great that you quote something from the Golden Age of Spain. The beautiful part about this campus is how heterogeneous it is, that we have students here from all over the world. Some of them are from Sephardic background, Mizrahi background. Some of them are from Ashkenazi background. Some of them are from Muslim background. Some of them are from Buddhist background. Some of them from Christian background. And I think that the sages that you quoted from are an excellent individual to quote for all of the students who are studying with us in the Jewish and democratic state of Israel, in the Zionist value Herzlian fashion which Professor Reichman so likes to speak about. Now we would like to have one of our outstanding students come up here. Zachary Levin, graduate of Business and Economics, one of Yael's favorites, okay, to speak on behalf of the graduates. He also has a good sense of humor, by the way. I've heard him before, okay? The floor is all yours, main man. The floor is yours.
Good evening, distinguished guests, professors, parents, aunts, uncles, and most importantly, the class of 2019. How's everyone doing? I stand before you today, and I can truly say, with the biggest expression on my face, I truly never thought this day would come. Today marks the culmination of a journey and chapter in our young adult lives that we'll look back on with only fond and meaningful memories, experiences, and fantastic times. Except for maybe exam periods, mood bets, and if you're really unlucky, mood gimmels. When looking back, it's extremely hard to encapsulate our entire IDC experience in one speech. But what I can start off by saying is, wow, what a ride it truly was. Starting all the way back in 2014, I could say my IDC career was on the kickoff. In 11th grade, Jonathan Davis and a former madrich of mine from Habonim Draw, Jesse Lazarus, came to speak at my little school in Cape Town, South Africa. I was really enthralled by what they had to say, and ironically, Jesse was a very good madrich of mine, and we had some really good talks, and I decided 2.5 years later, let's give it a shot. And little did I know that soon I'd be living in Herzliya, Israel, all the way from South Africa, studying my BA in business and economics. One of my first immediate thoughts on campus when I walked on was, wow, there are a hell of a lot of nationalities, languages, greetings, and cultures going on here. I would say my first true challenge at IDC was having to learn about 50 different forms of greetings, handshakes, kisses, pecks. The French like 2, the Italians like 3, I don't know, or maybe it's the other way around, I'm not 100% sure. I'm still working on it. But I very quickly realized as well that the Reichman University is a true melting pot of international culture, which allowed all of us to build a global friendship network and community that would definitely stand the test of time. As a foreigner living abroad, it's a very important thing to try and source community and belonging. And I can say from the get-go that the Reichman University 100% provided the space for us to feel welcome, integrated, and one of the Israelis. Which also allowed me to really focus on the degree at hand and to embrace my time here. What I learned as well regarding the IDC or Reichman University academic experience is that the lecturers truly care about the academic progress of their students. Lecturers not only knew us by name, but in the very first lesson of each class, they wrote their personal phone numbers in order for us to contact them if ever we're in need. These small touches added a level of learning and allowed us to flourish in a way that not many universities offer. Another fantastic aspect of the Reichman University, which I tried my best to embrace, was the emphasis on trying to partake in as many different faculties and programs as possible. Because if there's one thing I learned about IDC, is that this is a place of opportunity. You just got to make it happen. So when saying that, I tried to take my own initiative into hand. I joined some investment clubs, the Tamid Investment Club. I even joined the IDC International radio station, where I very successfully co-hosted a show called The Pregame Music Show. It was fantastic. And that's also where I met a lot of friends from different faculties. And this really allowed me to also extend my friendship beyond the business realm. Another major aspect of IDC, or the international, or I even know what to call it, Reichman University, was the major role that the staff and faculty played. Like I said, being a foreigner, it's really hard to try find family here. But the IDC faculty really made it happen. From Stephanie Miller, who was our mom away from home, to Azri and Asa from the housing department, to Sylvia, to Annika. You guys are true gems and all deserve gold medals. Trust me, we're dealing with all these international students. It is people like this that truly define and make this university the way it is. And my only hope is that more and more students in the future get to meet these fantastic individuals and lecturers over time and really feel the incredible IDC embrace. Another major aspect of IDC, or the Reichman University, that I could not overlook was the electric atmosphere of this place. What really struck me, and being on various campuses around the world, which I didn't see as much, is that the students are generally happy. And that is something that is not necessarily connected to academics, but it really enhances the life. The atmosphere was absolutely electrifying, from unbelievable open days to fantastic fun times and parties. Honestly, truly incredible. I was also a part of the IDC marketing team for 3 years, where I got the opportunity to show off the campus to probably thousands and thousands of kids. And I can say from the bottom of my heart that I did it with the most joy and gratitude. From exams to football tournaments, to Taco Tuesdays, to countless Friday night meals, to Moedbet, IDC, it was honestly a pleasure being a part of your family. And I would like to wish the class of 2019 a hearty mazel tov, b'hatzlacha, on finally getting over the line, and may the time that we spent on this campus be a wonderful reminder of the great times we shared together. Thank you.
Great job, Zach. And yeah, in fact, the professors who are here tonight, Talia Rimon, Nilette Boyle, Talas Ran, Daphne Richard Barak, Daniel Levy, Yaela Das, these happen to be professors who really care about their students and believe that the students are their partners, and I've seen them in action behind the scenes, helping the students in unconventional ways, which I did not witness at Columbia when I studied there, but I did witness it here. And I also didn't witness it at some other universities that I studied in Israel, whose names will remain nameless, because I want to say nice things, okay? But and also the staff, the RIS staff, which provides the TLC, the tender loving care, which brings me to the last stage of this ceremony, which is where you are going to receive your diplomas. And I'm going to invite Shlomit Stern and her team of the student administration to confer upon you the diplomas. And Stephanie and Annika will read out the names, one with a South African accent and the other one with a Dutch accent. Okay, but the South African accent is a little bit of a Dutch accent because Stephanie also speaks a very good Afrikaans. Okay, but anyway, I'd like to also point out the student administration staff. Shlomit Stern, where are you? There she is. Okay, she puts up with a lot of pressure from me at 1 or 2 in the morning when I send her very frantic emails from parents who are worried about something, and she tries to solve the problems in a very good way. Debbie Joel, where are you? Debbie Joel. Terry Fabian. Stand, guys. Be recognized. Debbie Joel, also, you stand, okay? Miriam Pearl, the one and only Miriam Pearl. She did her, stand. She did her basic training in the RIS, and then she jumped ship. All right. Zohar Avraham, not here. Sharon Schulman. Sharon, please rise. Gal Borzak. Gal. Nama Gur Ari. She's in a different ceremony. So she's kind of like, you know, she's in a secret unit. She's in different places at once. So the story very simply is this student administration team are in many ways unsung heroes because all of the academic problems which many students have, which are sometimes not pleasant, and so on and so forth, sometimes with parental influence from overseas, sometimes pressures of this or that. Sometimes the students don't want to divulge everything that's going on. Okay, so this unit tries to the best of its ability to assist those individuals, which is so important. So you see, we have the group of academics, and we have the group of the RIS, and we have the groups of the student administration, all three working together to try to basically bring to fruition the work plan that was presented here by Zach. He mentioned all those things. Okay, without any further ado, I'm signing off for the time being. for Shlomit and her team to take over and hand out the diplomas.
I would like to invite Professor Elette Boyle and Miriam Pearl to confer the diplomas for the computer science students.
I would like to invite Dr. Talia Rimon, Dr. Yael Haddaz, Gal Bursuk to confer the diplomas for the business administration and economics students.
I would like to invite Maxime Lass, who graduated cum laude in a dual degree in computer science and business administration. I will begin with the students who are graduating with honors by descending GPA. Summa cum laude, Idan David.
I will begin with students graduating with honors by descending GPA. Summa cum laude, Deborah Nasser. They're not here. Summa cum laude, Daniel Gillenson. Magna cum laude, Dolev Rottenberg. Magna cum laude, Lee Mesika. Magna cum laude, Philip Katz.
We continue with students with cum laude honors by descending GPA. Cum laude, Guy Dansky.
Cum laude, Jacob Vinocourt.
Cum laude, Nadav Timor.
Okay, right. I would like to invite the graduates by alphabetic order. Dean Arabov.
Cum laude, Yotam Abraham.
Talia Attia.
Cum laude, Ron Shafir.
Doron Brook.
Cum laude, Adam Agassi.
Aaron Jamal. Get it. Benjamin Elroy.
And now I would like to invite the graduates by alphabetical order. Barak Amir,
Sasha Glasrod.
Guy Asif,
Shir Hachamov.
Michael Bahar,
Itamar Almog Kamar.
Shaked Dembo,
Avi Kasuto.
Guy Eshet,
Roy Kestenbaum.
Shulamet Finley,
Esther Morea Khalili.
Tal Goldberg,
Zachary Levine.
Aline Rachel Guetta,
Okay, I'll wait.
Jonas Imbar,
Did I say that Nielsen? The Nielsen is it here? Did I say-
Eric Katz,
Nadav Moran.
Ari Kishon,
That's Nadav.
Yogev Krieger, Guy Levisky,
David Ostrovsky.
Sapir Matskel,
Joshua Pinchasi.
Dor Marshall,
Ophir Raz,
Tom Perry,
David Ronen,
Gal Ron,
Adam Ilan Ross,
Netta Rosie,
Gidon Rotteveel,
Shai Sarfati,
Fatoumata Sacco,
Ronnie Sasson,
Bar Sharon,
Sarit Sass,
Ido Shaya,
Michael Siegel,
Guy Sulonim,
Alexei Semanov,
Arie Ende Tate,
Ofiri Tayeb, Julian Waxberg,
Sarah Wallhouse,
Tybalt Woolman, Ekaterina Zinkovskaya, Itai Zvi,
I would like to invite Dr. Daphne Richmond Barak and Debbie Joel to confer the diplomas for the government students.
I would like to invite Professor Daniel Levy and Gal Borsuk to confer the diplomas to the psychology students.
I will begin with the students who are graduating with honors by descending GPA. Summa cum laude, Eyal Stern.
Summa cum laude, Nurit Bilorai.
Summa cum laude, Kelly D. Otis.
Summa cum laude, Naftali Chaim Rosenbaum.
Summa cum laude, Karen Goodman.
Summa cum laude, Gal Zorik. Rosic.
Magna cum laude, Veronika Bekvarova.
Summa cum laude, Eden Tur.
Magna cum laude, Shai Kessler.
Summa cum laude, Libby Grinfeld.
Magna cum laude, Moor Rokach.
Summa cum laude, Hannah Strassman.
Magna cum laude, Ariel Brodke.
Magna cum laude, Jonathan Salmon.
Magna cum laude, Danielle Williams.
Magna cum laude, Shai Baharav.
Magna cum laude, Alon van Dam. He's not here. And now I would like to invite the graduates by alphabetic order. Menachem Samuel Avraham.
Magna cum laude, Romina Stiglitz.
Zag Abrevaya. No?
Magna cum laude, Ethel Bokhara.
Leonard Ayash.
Magna cum laude, Rachel Federman.
Nadav Shalvan.
Magna cum laude, Camille Solomon. And now I would like to invite the graduates by descending GPA.
Anael Schwat.
Darlene Abu Niaj.
Daniel Cohen,
Noah Esther Amar,
Moos de Winter,
Chloe Baranes,
Mark Dolinsky,
Alp Borakis,
Mark Dolinsky,
Netta Bartal,
Oh, Mark Dolinsky. Who was that there? Dat is het. Xiaoling Dong,
Raquel Benaim,
Anna Jelozinski,
Noah Berenstein,
Tal El Ad,
Shir Brandes,
Jordan Fox,
Janet Shen,
Salome Fuchs,
Daniel Cohen,
Raphael Keller,
Mayan Cohen,
Mauricio Glucksmann,
Tom Dagan,
Shelley Greenfeld,
Sharon Dubois,
Therese Gustafsson,
Opal Fish,
Ethan Harris,
Julia Gamarski,
Beryl Horada, Isaac Bundu Kamara,
Batya Goldupper, Jesse Halugia,
Eric Arp,
Rachel Halpern,
Jacob Koenigsson, Frank Kursajewski, Joseph Lever, Sigalit Liday,
Emma Hessel,
David Lukovicki,
Eitan Hirsch Muzinek,
Michelle Mailer, Brett Meyer, Thomas Andrzej Michalowski, Rachel Mizrahi, Kayla Mogil,
Laura Hoffman, Ryan Moshe Hoffman, Jonathan Isaac, Inbar Kidron, Tali Khan,
Benjamin Ovadia.
Yael Levy.
No. David Roy.
Itamar Levy.
No, not here. No. Rebecca Rosengarten.
Salome Levy. Sapir Meoded.
Jonathan Rubin.
Marissa Urieff.
Jake Salzer.
Dana Oz. Noah Peretz.
Ron Schneider.
Ilan Ramraz.
Ron Schneider. No?
Eva Sarfati.
Nadav Schreiber.
Miriam Shatner. Noy Siegel.
Samantha Shamash.
Abigail Seidel. Adina Sharbatov.
Shlomo Siboni.
Niv Sharon.
Jonathan Sterman.
Tracy Scher.
No, doesn't look like it.
Ken.
Karin Strikowski.
Shani Soler Shoham. Jill Silber.
Adam Staffelbeam.
Lila Tebol.
Philip Truby.
Georgia Jade Unger.
Liam Weberman.
Mark Ursu. Levi van Urverkerk.
Maya Zermon.
Jaël van Gelder. Maya Vogel. Hannah Louise Wachtel. I'm done as well.
I would now like to invite Dr. Talia Rimon and Terry Fabian to confirm the diplomas for the business administration students.
I would like to invite Dr. Tal Azran and Sharon Schulman to confer the diplomas for the communications students.
I will begin with students who are graduating with honors by descending GPA.
Summa
Where's
cum
the-
laude, Angelina Kazmaya.
Summa cum laude, Joshua Klein.
Summa cum laude, Ronnie Adar.
Summa cum laude, Joshua Kenner.
Summa cum laude, Nicole Anderson.
Magna cum laude, Ethan Redlich.
Summa cum laude, Axel Azulai.
Magna cum laude, Raphael Kuchekovic.
Magna cum laude, Marina Yakubova. Magna cum laude, Anouk de Rossier Roussel. Magna cum laude, Alice Abulka. Magna cum laude, Kaylee Amaya. Magna cum laude, Amit Brody. Magna cum laude, Talia Livia Rosenkrantz.
We continue with students graduating with cum laude honors, descending GPA. Cum laude, Matan Oppenheim.
Magna cum laude, Maya Abramson.
Cum laude, Ronen Eenbinder.
Magna cum laude, Hartley Schwartz.
Cum laude, Itamar Levin.
Magna cum laude, Stephanie Prager Platt.
Cum laude, Jair Testa.
I now continue with students graduating with cum laude honors by descending GPA. Cum laude, Leonie Knuchelman.
Cum laude, Sapir Tori.
Cum laude, Maor Rudik.
Cum laude, Ronnie Rood.
Cum laude, Allen Hasson.
Cum laude, Dror Bareket.
Cum laude, Jordan Yecheskel.
Cum laude, Beatrice Baumfeld Laurero Carvalho.
Cum laude, Daphna Hoffman.
Cum laude, Topaz Levy.
Cum laude, Amy Asayag.
Cum laude, Ezra Gordon.
I will now continue with alphabetical order.
Cum laude, Samuel Hanono Trusman.
Hannah Abitbul.
Cum laude, Lea Calderoni.
Yakov Abramovitz.
Cum laude, Sam Kukuk.
Brooke Adler. Shir Adler.
Cum laude, Jonathan Rubble. I would like to invite the graduates by alphabetical order. Joel Abadi.
Danit Aronov. Shirel Amar.
Ruben Abitbul.
Leah Asulin. Ilana Azulai. Ariel Baltzel. Esther Baum. Eden Bain. Ashley Benavi.
Nathan Amar.
Danielle Ben Chaim.
Benjamin Amoils.
Harry Block.
Sharon Amor.
Daniel Chama Vigoda.
Amit Asayag.
Ben Cohen.
Daniel Afghanim.
Jessica Cohen.
Jonas Azulay.
Rachel Danzig.
Shiraz Barokas.
Raquel Grace de la Rosa Cassin.
Omer Bauman.
Sharon Drelevich.
Jules Edi Ben Sadoun.
Ezra Eisenman.
Gil Benvenitz.
Shen Alisa.
Sarah Bismuth.
Nadav Familia.
Hosni Buskar.
Julie Fitusi.
Nadav Burstein.
Leo Flynn.
Raphael Chetrit.
Mayland Fundaminsky.
Ofek Efrati.
Liran Gad.
Caroline Elgar.
Alana Gaffin.
Jean-Daniel Estrache. Reuven Golan.
Liam Gaffney.
Yotam Goresh. David Yodi Guetta.
Sonia Goldberger.
Sarah Halme. Zach Hamburger. Nayat Hamed.
Michael Greenberg.
Itai Haramati.
Carol Hitter.
Shayna Katzman.
Arik Katskova.
Jasmine Keats.
Angelina Cooperman.
Ellen Kirchberg.
Shanique Krebs.
Ellen Kirchberg.
Melanie Lenkowski.
Eden Kirchner.
Bernardo Leon.
Aurel Kogman.
Catherine Levy.
Inez Corsia.
Shlomit Maman.
Emilio Cusa. Jared Kulak.
Samantha Maniaci.
Aaron Levi.
Lauren Manoa.
Shrien Lin.
Jacob Marks.
Caroline Malka.
Rami Masri.
Jack Maman.
Nathaniel Mayberg.
David Marciano.
Isaiah Memmelstein.
Nicole Marciano.
Tammy Michaeli.
Eli Eyal Menda.
Isaac Murdoch.
Daphna Mergi.
Linda Murdoch.
Lauren Müller.
Kevin Orensheim.
Jonah Nadel.
Yoni Orenstein.
Benjamin Nathan.
Nir Rinot.
Shai Nevo.
Dylan Rochman.
Ilan Ohayon.
Maya Rosenfeld.
Yakira Peter Freund.
Jacob Rosenthal.
Dan Pinto.
Natalie Rosen.
Leora Pudel.
Michelle Shaked.
Neil Raber.
Yochevet Simon.
Deborah Rebu.
Sanet Solomon.
Jesse Romberg.
Melich Mendos Temati.
Meryl Sadoun. Lynn Salhab.
Vanessa Salton.
Ronit Samuel. Paulina Saps.
Zeev Michael Tauber. Raquel Toren.
Deborah Saul.
Nelly Tarfati. Jonathan Verhoef.
Fabio Shapiro.
Elizabeth Winieski.
Mark Shore.
Alexandra Pablo Vinicur.
Daniel Sivan.
Naomi Wolf.
Marcos Sivan. Eli Sofer.
Andre Walker.
Roy Soa.
Tali Wiesenthal. Elias Wilensky. Melissa Zaganoff.
Leon Stern.
Doreen Zagorski.
Juliette Sultan.
Ben Zaradez.
Boris Suruchowski. Jaime Thatcher Cohen. Tansa Tesman. Gilead Twaits.
Natalia who? Natalia me.
Dort Zur.
What's her family name?
Last but not
name?
least, Dina Zollman.
Savannah, you're not on the list, Nicola. Savannah, what's her surname again? Huh? Savannah Muller. Natania Browse. Savannah, you were on the list, but you weren't. Let's check. You should have been. Savannah, you definitely.